Hello, how are you, my good people? How are you doing? I welcome you to Eve Angie TV on YouTube. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you're coming from. My time zone, it's around 9 past 9 at night. So I am here to share with you some knowledge about investment. Maybe you have invested yourself in land. You have bought land, and especially if you come from Africa or Kenya. Let me be specific. Maybe I should talk about Kenya, where I come from and somewhere I know better. Maybe you come from Kenya, western part of Kenya, okay? Western part of Kenya, most of the areas have good land, fertile land. So western part of Kenya is in East Africa. So I can advise, if you are not around, you can plant long-term plants. Example of long-term plants. Trees are also cash it's an investment. It will bring you cash. Why? Because trees produce timber. Another thing, you can plant these bananas. Maybe you have 1 acre of bananas. It produces after it will start giving you some products, the plantain or the bananas, after maybe almost after a few months, some months. You have to be patient, okay? So it depends on how quick or the type of bananas you have planted. You can also plant sugarcane. Sugarcane is good because it's a long-term plant, and it can give you good money. Okay, that's for people who are not staying around their farm. And for people who stay around your farm, go for sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, they take mostly 3 months, some 4 months, some 5 months. It depends on the type of potatoes, the sweet potatoes you have planted. Okay, I'm talking about those people who come around Western Kenya. But we have people who come around places they plant other crops. For example, if you come from a place, you can plant cabbages, tomatoes, and for people who are around. But if you are working far from your farm, I'm going to stick on people who work far from their farm. You are not around your farm to see what's going on in your farm. You've just bought this land. This land is now vacant. You have fenced it too well. There is a gate, and you're not living there. You're somewhere else working. I advise you to plant long-term plants. At the same time, they will act as security on your land because you are not there. You know, when you are not in your land, people can come and do trespass anyhow because they know this person is always never at home, always working. Guys, don't mind me. I like sitting down. I'm just sitting down and sipping my tea as usual. Sometimes I sip tea, sometimes I sip coffee. I like coffee or tea, a beverage at least. So you plant a long-term crop that will stay longer on your farm, so that nobody can come and trespass in your farm because you're not living around your farm. You're not in your farm. You're working somewhere far. It will act as security. By the time you decide to go and check on your farm, make sure that that time is maybe, if you are, it depends with the distance of your farm and where you work. Maybe you can access your farm every month. Maybe you can access your farm once a year. So if it's once a year, you can send some people when the crop needs weeding, spraying the pesticides and all that. But if you stay somewhere you can go after 1 month, then you can go and supervise your work all the time. The crop needs attention, maybe weeding, spraying, checking around your farm, okay? But specifically for those people who live far from their farm, they work far away from their farms, maybe they can access their farm only once a year or maybe after 2 years. Guys, go for long-term crops. And if you know you are very, very far, you can go for the trees, plant trees. Why? Tree is also it can also produce timber, and it's a good business. When it's good maturity, all the trees are mature, you can sell them into timber. By that time, maybe you are now free to come and now do anything else you want on your farm. So trees depend on the type of trees. There are trees that take around 3 years, there are trees that take around 5 years. So if you are very, very far, especially in another country, try planting trees all around your farm. Fence it nicely. By the time you come to visit your farm, you've just bought it, right? You are there. Plant the trees, fence your compound, go. Leave someone to take care of, like a security guy, someone who takes care of your farm. Now, next, when you come after all those years you have been hustling, you can harvest your trees, sell them as timber, and some trees will help you to build your house. Like when building, you need trees, you need wood, you need timber, all that. So it can act, you can save from buying. It can help you while you want to build on your farm, okay? So timber is a good option, right, my people? Or what do you say? Some people go for bananas, banana plantation. Banana plantation, if you're not so far, is also okay. It's a long-term plant, it's a long-term crop, but if you are not so far, because some can come and harvest your fruits. If you're not around, some can misuse your sweat. So if you are not so far, you can plant the bananas, and you can always go and harvest whenever they are ready. At the same time, you're planning yourself to build a house and make your compound and landscape and do all that you want. And another thing, if you have bought this land and you're just around, you can assess your land every month. If you are I'm talking about specifically where I come from, that is western part of Kenya, East Africa. The soils there are good and favorable for the crops and the plants I'm talking about. And they are not the only plants that you can plant. We have several, there are so many. There are beans, name it, all of them. I cannot finish naming, the list is too long. Yeah? But I will talk about some few that are accessible and they are not so demanding. Some crops are not so demanding, like sweet potatoes. If you plant sweet potatoes and you have a ready market, you can harvest your sweet potatoes after 3 months. You can harvest your sweet potatoes after 4 months. You can harvest your sweet potatoes after 5 months or 6 months. So it depends on the type of sweet potato you have planted. So my people, I'm just sharing with you this knowledge. After you have bought your land, what you can do with your land if you are not ready to start building. So while you are planting these crops, you can hire someone to do some bricks, or if you come near a place where in Kenya, some places have rocks, but the fertile places, unfortunately, they don't have those rocks. But if you come from a place where there are rocks, no problem. You can start gathering your building materials while you are making your farming around your farm, the land that you have bought. So this needs just a good planning and take it easy. It's not easy, but take it easy. Don't panic, just take one step at a time, and all things will fall in place. Don't look, good runners, they say good runners, don't look behind to see who is coming to overpass them. Just focus on the road. So keep on running with your life and keep on doing you, okay? Don't look forward, don't look backward, don't look sideways. Just keep doing you. Do you, and everything will fall in place, okay? So another crop that you can plant if you are accessible to your farm anytime, maybe you work in the city and you can go to your village or your countryside anytime you like over the weekend, we have beans. Beans take 3 to 4 months. They are good in price while you sell them. If you can produce them, if you can produce them in plenty and find a ready market, you are one way forward, one step ahead. So they're also good and marketable. So while we are talking about land and investments, while you have bought your land, don't leave your land to sit idle. I would advise you to start doing something in your farm. For those who stay far, as I'm talking about, mostly I'm focusing on people who work and who work far from their farm. They don't live in the farm they have bought. They work somewhere else, but they have bought land somewhere else. So I'm talking about this to these people, okay? So for these people, you cannot keep animals. You cannot keep animals in your farm because you don't live there. You just do the long-term crops, the crops that take time to mature. Yeah. So don't leave your land idle, lying there idle, waiting for yourself to get money to start building. As you do these long-term crops, you are gathering your building material slowly. I prefer when you have bought your land to just build your own house. Why? Because you will build it the way you want, how you like it, and how it pleases you, okay? And you will know the material that go to that house. But the disadvantage of buying a ready-made house, we have competent companies, but sometimes it's good to build yourself a house that you like the way you like it. And it's also good to buy a ready house because it saves time. But at the same time, you don't know the materials and the measurements and how they did it. You cannot supervise, you are not there to supervise. But this your house you have built, you know, and you have supervised it, is better than the house that you buy. So guys, I've talked about what to do after you bought your land. If you don't have cash to start building immediately, just do some long-term crops. Okay. Thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you guys for coming to watch, and I really appreciate. I know that I have some new subscribers. Thank you so much. I love you. You're so welcome. Please keep on subscribing. For those who are coming here on Eve Angie TV for the first time, please subscribe. We need to take this channel at least up to 1,000. For now, let us go to 1,000. Please, we can do this. So we are heading to 1,000, and this will encourage us to keep posting more videos and even more outdoor videos. So guys, thank you, new subscribers. I have seen we are moving somewhere. This is so nice and it's good to our channel, Eve Angie TV. For now, it's a goodbye. God bless you. See you on the next one. Bye.